I got you fucking kidding me!
Be secure.
Outer.
It's because Dylan's not here. He's using us as a pin bag too. Sure, never mind.
There you go. There you go.
But what's going on, everybody? It's Craze here. I'm just going to show you guys a quick little sniper setup that I've been running recently. I've been having a lot of success working with this class, especially in Nuketown. I really enjoy Nuketown. I'm sure everybody does, and I'm sure it gets repetitive and annoying at times. But my favorite class to run right now is going to be a double sniper. If you're trying to make some clips and stuff and get some of those chain kills or kill chains and some longer clips, the double sniper definitely helps, so you can just keep going, because the max ammo you can have with the Pellington I think is 7, and the Tundra I believe is 7, or maybe I think you can go up to 9. It depends on what you're running. I really personally like running the Pellington with most people are probably going to agree, Pellington with as much damage and as much speed as possible. This is pretty standard, I'm pretty sure, across the sniping community. I personally enjoy running a sound moderator. On Nuketown, you probably don't have to run anything on it, just because it's Nuketown. There's no real... people are going to find you. If they want you dead, they're going to find you. But I run sound moderator. It just helps a little bit more. They just can't seem to find you. Every once in a while, they just kind of go a little stupid, I guess you could say. Then I like to run the Tiger Team Barrel. This is the one that adds more damage, a little bit faster fire rate. It's just an overall really good attachment for the gun. Everything is increased. Everything you want is increased. You got faster bullets, faster fire rate, more damage, and faster reload time. What it is hurting is how many bullets you're going to hold in the mag. So instead of holding 7, you're going to hold 6. Because as I said, I like to run the extended mag on here. I don't like to go anything crazy because I don't like reducing the reload speed too much anyways, and it also reduces the amount of ammo you start with. So because you're starting out with a little less ammo, you have a little less sniper ammo. That's why I personally don't think it matters if you're running the double sniper. If you aren't confident with your sniper shot, don't be stupid and don't run a sniper. If you aren't not going to be able to extend the play further and further, there's no point in running 2 snipers. You might as well run a sniper, and you can run anything you want. I mean, shotguns are so strong, especially Nuketown. You can run the spaz or whatever they call it in this game. I couldn't even tell you. Some people like running the grips or the flashlights. Personally, they don't really make too much of a difference on Nuketown, especially. You can run a steady aim laser if you'd like to get a little bit hip fire, but I feel like if you're gonna hit fire, you're probably screwed anyways. So at that point, you might as well just count your losses and just move forward. Some people like running the speed grip, or the S5 grip for sprinting movement speed, so you can move around the map a little bit quicker. I think this is pretty nice on Nuketown. I might move away from the suppressor, move into the grip a little bit. There's not much else. It's really you only need 4 attachments. It's mainly your barrel, your magazine, and then definitely you need the elastic wrap. Or your airborne elastic wrap. If you don't have anything upgraded right away, at least your first attachment in the grips is going to increase your aim down sight speed by 5%. I think that's universal across all the snipers, and I think the next one's 10%. 8 on this one, and then 10, and then it goes to 12. But definitely want to run the airborne elastic wrap. I know it decreases your sprint to fire time, but that's not a big deal because we're going to end up improving that with our stock. This is going to increase our sprint to fire by 30%, which is a lot, and more than anything we're decreasing by a long shot. It also hurts your hip fire accuracy, but it's a sniper, so it's not really that big of a deal because you're not really supposed to hip fire anyways. So if you are relying on a hip fire, well, I don't know. So we'll see what happens. The next one, I really like to run the Tundra. I don't think anybody likes the M82 or the Barrett. Until they get us some buffs or anything, that gun is straight garbage. Absolutely terrible. I like to run basically the same exact attachments. I know I didn't cover the actual magazine. This is all personal preference. I know Sprat runs a fast reloader or fast mags on his Tundra. Usually likes to increase his reload quickness. I personally run the larger magazine, as by the time I'm out of ammo, that's why I swapped to the Tundra. I could run the 9-round, but that's decreasing my aim down sights time, and I don't want to touch that at all. So these first two are the only ones that don't decrease anything like super bad. You can run both. If you really, really want to rely on your Pellington, then you can run the fast reloader and just stick with your 5 rounds. It actually might even be less than that. So yeah, -2. So you'd have 4 rounds, which is ridiculous. If you were trying to snipe with only 4 rounds, good luck and have fun. But yeah, definitely increase your aim down sight speed and your stock. Those are really important. Everything else is pretty much very opinionated. Some people like to run an optic. I think the main one that most people are running is this Hangman rifle. It's a ×6, which is a very good standard across all your sights. I personally think the default sight is pretty bad. It reminds me of the Barrett sight, which has got that big old circle in the middle. I don't really like it that much, but if you're really looking to get that, you know, universal sight across all snipers, this can work. But otherwise, I prefer to put my 5 points elsewhere. Again, Tiger Team barrel on the Tundra increases everything, decreases I think 1 bullet. It might not even, yeah, decreases a bullet. So you have 6 rounds in each. So increased damage, increased fire rate, increased bullet velocity. So again, all very good stats for your sniper. The only thing it's hurting is your ammo capacity, which if you're running 2 snipers is not a big deal if you trust yourself. Let's see, next is 7-round mag. So that way again, I can always keep myself at solid 4 or 7 or 6 shots rather than 4, because that's really going to hurt you if you run fast mags. If you don't want to run the Tiger Team barrel and you're first leveling up your gun, I highly, highly, highly recommend running the Cavalry Lance, which is the increased vehicle damage. Every single score streak in the game is you can shoot down in roughly 2 to 6 shots. It all depends on what it is. I know care packages are 3 and UAVs are 2 and counter UAVs are 2. When you're running the Barrett, that is definitely my favorite way to level up that gun, because that gun is hot trash. It's awful. I would 100% rather shoot down a score streak than shoot someone or try to quick scope, because that thing, until you get any attachments, that thing is awful. But if you're struggling with leveling up your snipers, definitely try to move towards this Cavalry Lance sniper rifle barrel. 500% increased damage is ridiculous. The lead isn't too hard. You can definitely figure it out. You can see the bullet travel, so it's not too terrible. But if you don't have the Tiger Team, I would just honestly, all of these are all right. You can have fire rate, you can have bullet velocity, you can have more fire rate again, but that's not, you don't have to have that. I mean, I could probably run the Hammer Forged, but even then, I mean, I've got 2 snipers, and if you can't you can't kill them fast enough, you should be using the Pellington. So you can definitely try this out. I've never messed with the fire rate increase, but I've always used the vehicle damage. Next is the Airborne Elastic Wrap. Is same thing as the Pellington. Increase your ADS speed by 12%. I think the next is 10, 8, and 5. Definitely, those are the best ones. You can run yourself flinch resistance. I know Sprat really likes to do this, so you can lay down and then pop over a barrel while aim down sights. But I don't find myself doing that, especially in Nuketown, as that's pretty much all I've been playing. A lot of people like running the Marathon stock, and because it has a little bit less hip fire accuracy decrease, but I do think that the Raiders is well worth running into and using that because of just the added sprint to fire time, just more mobility for you to get your shot on much faster than the other people. Because when you're competing against SMGs and ARs, pre-firing stuff, you're definitely going to want to be as fast as you possibly can. I know a lot of people will probably run explosives. I'm probably going to move towards Tomahawks, as you can pick them back up and you can continue with them. I've had multiple little instances where I'd be sniping and we'd have a little skirmish, and then all of a sudden they dodge a bullet, run out of ammo, throw a Tomahawk. You know, you can quickly run through this, as that's really going to help. And I personally run that a lot. I like the stim shot. I think if you're not running a stim shot in this game, you're crazy. I get it if you want to run a smoke if you're knifing, which I absolutely hate knifers, as they're just so annoying. They cut off every single looking point I'm looking at, which is obviously the whole point of the smoke. I do think that the flashbang and the stun have their place. I think these are definitely better for taking B objective or any objective, but this is, if you're sniping, you're gonna get hit. You want to continue your shot. There's no tack inserts in this game, so if you're able to live a little bit longer, stim shot's definitely gonna help. I don't think decoy is useful at all. I could see it maybe. I don't know. I've never used a decoy in my game. Simulates footsteps to confuse enemies. I mean, you could do that. Footsteps are definitely going to be really nice, but these are definitely going to be more helpful. I can see this instead of maybe a search and destroy, but other than that, I don't ever see that being used too much. On your field upgrades, I think if your best bet is probably field mic and then jammer. If you're going to run that barrel, definitely don't run the SAM turret. Trophy system is really nice for objective game modes, but if you're going to be running a sniper, you're running for kill streaks. Let's be honest here. You're running for feeds and everything possible. You're not running for objectives. If you're wanting to play an objective base with your sniper rifle, I think the trophy system definitely helps. It's one of the best, if not the best, field upgrade in the game, objectively. But if you're running around, these jammers are the most annoying thing possible to try to find. If you're running engineer, it's not a big deal. But if you're just running around trying to find it, just looking at the minimap, you're like, okay, it could be anywhere. If it's inside a blue house for Nuketown, it could be anywhere in that house, upstairs, downstairs, and then you have to fight through the people to get to it. But otherwise, if you're just trying to play protective, field mic is really nice too. Depending on how many people run Ghost, that is, both of them have their place. To run the two snipers, you have to run Lawbreaker. And when you're able to run Lawbreaker, you're able to mix between multiple perk categories. I personally don't run anything out of perk 2. You could run Scavenger if you want, but if you're living long enough to get Scavenger packs, I mean, awesome. But it's Nuketown. I don't keep that expectation very high. And a lot of other maps, there's always an ammo refill somewhere along the map. You can definitely run these other, like Gearhead for your field upgrades. Those are really nice for getting those jammers and getting those field mics up. And Quartermaster for throwing those explosives or throwing any other things. But other than that, I pretty much never run into here. Early on, I think Assassin's really nice. It helps you level up really quick. You get that shutdown bonus, essentially. But I feel like if you're going to run this class, I don't think you run anything in Perk 2 because there's just too many better perks. You could definitely opt out of running out of Ninja and running 2 out of Perk 1 and running Flak Jacket and Tack Mask. Those are really helpful, especially on Nuketown. There's so many equipment being used. Both of them are really helpful. If you can dodge nades, then I think you just stick with the Tack Mask and you avoid Flak Jacket. But if they're running a Thumper and they're chucking nades all over and you can't seem to get away, you can opt in on the Flak Jacket. I would take off Ninja. It's Nuketown. Again, Ninjas, it's helpful when you're up in their base and you're in their house. They can't seem to find you every once in a while, but you're going to run into someone eventually. Ninja will just help you a little bit more if you're able to stay on top of things. But if you're falling out and you can't seem to stay on top of stuff, I definitely think Flak Jacket is a little bit better in those scenarios. I think Gung Ho is the most important perk in this class for the dual wield for snipers. It definitely helps you switch between those classes. You won't be able to get those feeds if you're not switching between the two, unless you know how to. There's no insta swap in this game, I don't believe. I haven't experimented with that. If you YY cancel and you cancel the animation, you can get through it a little bit quicker, but otherwise, it definitely helps to run the Gung Ho. I don't use it very much for reloading while sprinting, and the Pellington sometimes, as you know, you got to reload each bullet individually. But other than that, you're pretty much using that just to switch between classes. And I think that might be it. I think Forward Intel is a really good perk too if you're trying to figure out spawns, but on Nuketown, between one of the houses, wherever people are at, you can pretty much tell where they're going to be. It's when you got people pushing both spawns when they're spawning mid-map. That's when it gets a little bit interesting, and this could be useful, but on Nuketown, who cares? You're not going to use that. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this class setup. If you want any other class setups in the future, I do enjoy this sniper class setup. I ran it for like the last couple days, and I've gotten a few little clips. It's pretty fun. You got a lot of bullets available for you for long extended little clips. Got one ultra kill last night. I'm pretty sure an 8 streak or 7 streak, one of the two. I think it was a 7. But the other one I like to run is basically the same Tundra class, but with Perk greed and running a pistol. I think the 1911 is the best pistol in the game. I think you will see that across the board between all the pros and everything. But I think this is more of my, I guess you could say, objective play sniper class. But pretty much I only use this one and the dual snipers when I'm not trying to grind for other camos. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to post a couple of clips before and probably after this class setup, so that way you guys can see a little bit of what this class is capable of. But yeah, no, hopefully you guys can stop into the stream, and you can go visit our main page on the crew. This is going to go up on my personal channel, but hopefully we can start. We made a YouTube channel for like our Discord, as we got a bunch of buddies that we all playing the same games. We're all gaming. We're all on top of it as much as possible. We're hopefully able to push out some content in the future. I just hope we can get a bunch of, have a lot of fun making these videos, as for the future, it's a lot of fun to look back on all this. But yeah, hopefully this class is helpful, and we'll see you later.